Hi YouTubers, this is Simply Monica here. I think I'm catching a cold. But anyway, just want to tell you about my day today and yesterday. So I go with my son to basketball practice, and they also in the same area had a handball tournament. So I didn't know handball was that deep, to tell you the truth. I know they're really trying to make it a real sport, and maybe it is already a real sport, but I really didn't know it was that deep. Anyway, so um, so I'm looking around, and there's a lot of people out there, male and females and so forth. And I'm like, wow, there's a lot of good-looking guys out here. I'm like, all tastes and flavors and so forth. If you like the swirl, if you like nuts, if you like whipped cream, whatever you like, it was out there. Just like bills, a little more meaty, tall, short, whatever. I'm like, there's some cotton candy out here. So, so I'm just looking around, whatever have you, and I'm like, the experts were correct. I mean, go if they for single ladies, they say go where the guys go, and sporting events, and I don't necessarily mean the basketball, the NBA games, or the NCAA games, or whatever have you, as far as even watching them on TV, even being near them while you watch them on TV, because they focus on the game, and unless you know about the game, then perfect. It's great. You have something in common. You can talk. You can rah rah cheer, everything. But if you don't know about the game, then that's not the good time, I think, anyway, to be asking them, hey, well, what's this play, or what's that, or why is this, or why is that, because they're focused. They, want to be around people that know what they're talking about, know what they're doing, and hoot and holler and yell and so forth. But for the little park tournaments, for the little smaller, lower scale, sporting events, then fine. You have, adults play football, adults play, basketball and, so for volleyball or whatever have you. So they have their own little small tournaments and so forth like that. Those are the places to go because number one, they're local. Number two, all the guys are there, and most of the time they're not there with their families. They're there with their other guy friends or so forth. Now, you may have to be careful of a girlfriend or two, but most of the time they're there by themselves, and that's what you want. You don't want to go to a place that's family oriented. Like if it's a better grade of sport tournament, then they may be there with their family, or some other environment. Then that allows kids or whatever, they be there with their girlfriend and their kids. So you want to be where they go by themselves. Now they may still be married or taken or engaged or whatever have you, but you have a better shot at just talking to them and finding that information out, beforehand, than seeing him with female and wonder why you even there. So those places like that are really good. Happy hours is good. After work spots is really great, really really great, because again, even they may be single. Married and whatever have you, but they are there. They're dressed up. They're coming from work, so they have most of them. They have a job, and they look good. Somebody to talk to and get to know. Those things like that. You have a better shot, and that's the whole point. That you do have a better shot of actually having a conversation with these men to try to get somewhere, good, bad, or indifferent, and than you would at a more of a family-oriented place, like Dave and Buster's. I went there one time, and it was at night, on a Saturday night, and so forth, summer night, and actually about maybe 3 weeks ago. And it was cool and whatnot, but you see a bunch of single ladies. Oh, for those that don't know what Dave and Buster's is, Dave and Buster's is an adult Chuck E. Cheese, where you play games, you get tickets, and then at the end you get prizes. But it's better because it's for adults. You have adult type games, and you get better prizes. You get mugs and dartboards and shot glasses or whatever have you. So I see all these single females in there, and but posting up, looking for somebody. You know, they in heels and they on Fabulous and you know all that stuff. Looking at these guys, and they are some very very good looking guys at these family oriented places. Very good looking, but they are with their family. Bing. There you go. They are with their female, married, you know, taken, whatever have you, and 9 times out of 10 they're with their kids. So you're not gonna be talking to no guy while they with their, you know, their mate. So those are not good places to go. Go where the guys are, the bars, the happy hours, the after work spots, the sporting events. You know, if there's more, I can't think of it, but things like that, you know. Or you can also start learning how to do some of those things. If you don't know anything, see, I have a hard time in a bar or something like that. I really don't go to bars, but I would have a hard time because I'm more shy, and it's hard for me to just go up to somebody and start, you know, making small talk. It's like, what do you say in the bar besides what are you drinking, you know, or something like that, you know. But at some sort of event or function, you can talk about the function. So you talk about, oh well, you know, are you playing in that game, or how did you start playing the game, or how do you play, or you know, what's the score, or you know, did you see the game last night, or you know, whatever have you. But something that's relevant to whatever you're there for, what you're seeing, you know. And in the bar, to me, you're not seeing anything. You're watching the game on TV, or or you just sitting there drinking, or you're sitting there eating the hot wings. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's a little less to talk about than you would, you know, some actual event. But you can meet guys at those places like that because they're definitely there, they're available, and those places are macho, testosterone filled. Those places like that. Those guys want to show off. They want to show out. They got all them little tight shirts on and muscles rippling and all that extra stuff. And they want to, you know, show you or whoever else may be watching what they can do. So that's a perfect spot because you can cheer like a little girl. Ooh, ooh, go, you know, go Harold, Hector, Marvin, John, whoever. So you know, places like that are really good to be in. And you know, and you'll get noticed more, and you'll have more to talk about, and you know, stuff like that. So, and then you can find out if he's taken or whatever have you, and then leave him and go on to the next person. But then next, I went on a date last night, right? So, well, it wasn't really a date. It was with a friend, but and I've been single for a long time, and I'm just starting to date a little bit here and there and so forth. So we went out. We had a great time. Great time. It rained a little bit in the beginning, but I looked cute. You know, we went to the Cheesecake Factory. I'd never eaten there before. Had a cheesecake, but never eaten there. So the food was really good. We had a nice, huge booth, which I love. I don't like to be all squeezed up in them little small, little two-person tables. They are the worst because then you gotta like squeeze in and squeeze out, and everybody's hearing your conversation, and it's just horrible. But we had a nice big booth. I had sangria, which I love, but usually the sangria is bitter. So the sangria was nice and sweet and full of fruit and everything. I had the fettuccine alfredo with sun-dried tomatoes, very good as well. Good conversation, nice atmosphere. It was just nice and simple. So, you know, that's what I like. And he's just a friend, and he's a fellow free spirit like I am. But, you know, I don't want, but me and him will clash, you know, because he's too much of a free spirit, and so am I. So I need somebody that's grounded. I need somebody that's gonna pull me back. When I'm going out there too far, somebody to pull me back and be like my rock almost, you know. I like to be all over the place or whatever. And I'm gonna need somebody to be like, okay, Monica, you taking it too far. You know, come on back home. You know, calm yourself down. Be easy, and let's, you know, work this out the proper way. So I need somebody like that, and he's flying all over, whatever, and I'm flying all over. We just gonna crash and burn. So, but but it was nice though. It was nice to just go out and not have that sexual tension, not have to worry about, oh, do I have to kiss him at night, or is he gonna want something else from me? It's just nice and simple, and that's how I like things. It's like, what happened to that? Where did we go from nice and simple in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s to you gotta get in my pants or I gotta get in your pants because it's just the way of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's baffling to me. Where's the old school values? Where's the, open the door, hold your hand, order for you, act like the actual man. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying it's getting rarer and rarer as we go along. And, it's like, where's that at? Where's the sweet and kind and the romantic and the special, and even guys that pay for the date, the first couple of dates. I want a man that does that. I'm sorry. I'm very old school in that way. Back in the days, a man used to even borrow from his parents or borrow from a friend or whatever have you to take that girl out on a date. That was what you did. You took the girl out on a date, you paid for the date, and so forth. And, you took the girl out, and if she wanted to go 3 places, then you went 3 places. Of course that could be excessive, but you went those places and you paid for it. Now, I want the same thing. Now, I'm not going to take you to, how many times are hard, fine. But I'm not going to take you to get lobster and, the best cut of steak. I'm not going to do that. But if you can afford a diner, so let's go to a diner. If you can afford, Fridays or whatever, then let's go to Fridays. And then we can just do that, and that's it. We don't have to go to movies and dinner, or, movies, dinner, and club, or, whatever have you. You don't have to do all that. You can just keep it simple. That's fine. But I'm used to, and I want a guy to pay for the first couple of dates. It's just my own principles. I mean, that represents class, and that shows that you actually value that woman. You just did. You valued the woman, not necessarily because she is who she is, her personality, whatever. You valued her because she was a woman, period. And in those days, we valued our women. We didn't call them the names and stuff like that we call them now. So skank was a huge word back in those days and stuff like that. And we valued, women just being women, our mothers, our sisters, our wives, our girlfriends, our best friends, all those things. And they were special to the man. So he knew he had to take care of the woman. That was your role. You learned that when you was a kid growing up. You learned that you're supposed to take care of your woman and take care of your family. But somewhere along the line, we lost that. And it's like, to try to get a decent date where you don't have to put out at the end, or where or where you don't have to pay for half the meal, or pay tip, or anything like that. It's just like almost impossible. I mean, where's the guys with cars? What happened to that? What happened to the guys with their own places? It could be a room, but their own place. What happened to that? What happened to a man being a man? I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but they are like 40 and up. It exists a lot more. In your 30s and your 20s, I guess again where I live, 30s and 20s, it's like few and far between. And it's just like, I don't know, but that date was so refreshing yesterday. It was just like, it was nice. It was really, really nice. And it was just simple, easy, good conversation. You can talk about anything. It was intelligent conversation, It wasn't like, highbrow conversation, but it wasn't gutter conversation either. It's like in the middle, where you can talk about anything. And that's, refreshing, So, it was just nice. It was definitely nice. But anyway, again, I would say, go where the guys go. Go definitely where I did online. I don't like online. but because it takes you a lot longer to figure out who that guy is than you do in person. In person, you can break down all questions that you may have. Are you married? You single? You got kids? You got age? You got this? You got that? Whatever. And online, they can say whatever. They can answer your questions and say whatever, but you don't know because who knows when you're going to meet them. And if you meet them in person, you can you can even go to their house and see what kind of environment they live in, what kind of situation they live in, and so forth, and who's over there, or whatever have you. But anyway, I say go where the guys go, and you have a better chance. So single ladies. I should make a series on single ladies. But anyway, a single lady. Anyway, I'll see you later.